So, a very good morning to all of you, my dear students. Well, I should say, whether inspired by a family member, a friend, or simply the desire to explore the world, I think studying abroad is the dream of many young, ambitious students who are aspiring to get ahead in life. So, my dear students, to help you navigate the ship of your dreams, if I can say, we have with us today Ms. Bhavna Dugal, accompanied with the Ms. Rajni Seni from SIUK. So, I welcome you both, Rajni ma'am and Bhavna ma'am, on this platform, first of all. So, if I can speak something about Bhavna, our speaker here, Ms. Bhavna is a certified career counselor and has done her MBA in international business from Amity University. She is also a design thinker from Stanford University, USA. A passionate speaker, she likes counseling and guiding students, teachers, administrators, and parents. She has worked with various NGOs as a trainer, motivator, and a counselor. Currently, she's working with the SIUK as a business development manager. She'll be talking to you all, students. She'll be talking to you all about the educational opportunities in the United Kingdom. So, from this level, Miss Bhavna Dugal, I hereby hand over the mic to you. The stage is all yours, Bhavna.
Thank you so much, Renu ma'am. Thank you. It was a wonderful introduction. And thank you, Pooja ma'am, for giving us opportunity. Uh, and good morning to everyone. And as Renu ma'am told you about me and Rajni. So let's any further ado, let's begin with our session. So I would like to share my screen for that matter. Just hold on for a minute.
Okay.
All right. Is it visible?
It's about to start. Yes, we can see it.
All right. Perfect. All right. So, students, we all remembered, the famous song, "London Bridge is Falling Down." So that's the bridge you are looking at, and and this is the first thing I recollect when I think of UK, and that's it. And moving ahead with SIUK, what it is all about. So SIUK is an organization called Study International UK or Study in UK, where we provide completely free guidance and assistance with regarding to international studies in UK. SIUK is a global organization with its presence spread across 50 global offices in 27 countries. Thus, if you come to our office or if you meet our team members, they all are, in the industry for like long, and they are trained. Maybe they are trained British counselor trainers, or experienced, or maybe they would have been studied in UK. So they all are well experienced with UK education, that matter. Plus, universities and colleges from UK visits to our UK SIUK offices every year, and now due to this pandemic, we are doing workshops with them with students. Weekly basis, on sometimes monthly basis, the students come and meet them directly. So moving ahead with the highlights of the session today. So we are going to cover all these things like the key facts about UK, and why you should choose UK as your educational nation, or UK higher education. What is the UK higher education? How it's constructed, and what are the popular courses in UK? Then the work opportunities and entry requirements, and what when you can apply for UK, what is the best time to apply, and then the what financial benefits you can get. Then UK's university famous scholarships and entry requirements, and UK's SIUK services. So although the topic higher education in UK is quite vast and deep, so definitely we will try to cover all of it, and you get an idea for choosing UK as your educational destination. Moving ahead with UK, about UK, or maybe the facts about UK, is that, I'm sure you all are aware of geography of UK. So it consists of four countries, that is England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. And, what do you, if I ask you guys, what actually do you recollect when you think of UK? Anybody would like to volunteer?
Queensland.
Queensland, wow. And what else?
Home of Oxford.
Yeah, it's a home of Oxford, absolutely. All modern, historic universities are from UK only. That's absolutely correct. And any famous poet, if you recollect?
Shakespeare.
Absolutely, Shakespeare. So Will Smith, Shakespeare, they all from UK, and Shakespeare's from Scotland. So these are quite famous personalities who are from UK, and and renowned personalities. So plus, if I talk about the capital, yes, London is their capital, and plus UK is the sixth largest financial capital of the world. So if students are interested for business studies or related subjects, so definitely the first thing which comes into mind is UK only, and especially London, basically. And the time difference between London or UK and India is like 5.5 hours, and travel time from India is 9 hours by flight. So this is the a quick introduction of UK. So moving ahead with reasons to study, or what makes the UK stand out. Why should you come to the UK as a destination to further your international study? So the very first reason, is worldwide recognition and quality teaching. Degrees and qualifications from UK higher education institutions are known around the world, as their high quality and world class, platforms. If we talk about the world class reputation of UK universities, they have a lot to offer international students. And I must tell you, four of the world's top six universities are based in the UK. And while all of its institutes offer a high quality level of teaching. And plus, if I talk about the research part, world leading research, they have institutes, and the UK has produced more than 44 Nobel Prize winners in the last 50 years. Thus, it's important to have a multicultural environment in the country, to have a great exposure while you study. So they have, if I more than 120 countries, multicultural environment. So this is the best thing, and the vibrancy is still there. So, of course, the UK attracts people from all over the world with its mixed vibrancies. So, and large percentage of students in UK are from international countries. If we talk about the employability factors, better graduate starting salaries, and then 90% of graduates find a job or further study opportunities within their 6 months. So definitely we will be discussing all these things further. And of course, we are historical or the famous universities like Oxford, Cambridge, Edinburgh, Imperial, Manchester. So they all are from UK. So plus they have shorter and intensive courses. So let's skip this part. We will be covering this in detail further. So this is a short video on UK. So let's just, it will give you a glance at how it is. So audio, can you all hear the audio? Is it audible?
As of now, we could see the
Is it audible now?
Yes, Bhavna, it's audible.
Perfect.
perhaps Rajni, the sound is very, very low or something
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the audibility is
Bhavna,
very,
just increase the sound.
perhaps. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure this video might have given you a feel of UK and United Kingdom and how it feels to be in UK. Benefits of studying in UK. The first thing I talked about is the worldwide recognition that is academics in terms of research, in terms of teaching, quality teaching. So yes, academics is the biggest benefits when you choose UK as your educational destination. And then if you talk about work opportunities, definitely you can work for like 20 hours if you like. If you're going for studies, then along with your studies, part-time work, you can work for like 20 hours. And then financial aid is there and other benefits like scholarship is there and then internships, you'll get a lot of opportunities. So plus you can gain the skill employers want, usually like, research skills and then initiatives, how you can think differently, creatively through design thinking process. And then project management experiences, because you will get a lot of projects which you will be doing with students and in fact independently also. So independence, the first thing which you get as your experience, and then skills for an international environment, for a multicultural environment. That's very important in current scenario. So yeah, these are the basic skill employers. These are the skills which employers want, and definitely you're going to gain all the skills while you study in UK. Moving ahead, the kind of universities you might be looking at. If you're researching on UK, if you're interested to study in UK, you might have come across these universities. So there are different set of universities. The first set is Oxbridge universities. Like they are quite famous. They are historic universities of UK, and they are considered to be the best universities in the world. So the most obvious difference between admissions at Oxbridge and other universities is the emphasis on academics. Largely, this is the the biggest difference. So the famous universities like Oxbridge universities that I talk about, you know, Cambridge, and then Imperial College London, LSE, University of Oxford, UCL, and Manchester. And as I told you that the biggest difference is the academics. While other universities they decide to offer you a place based on other skills or maybe the extracurriculum activities or and the experience you have in the past. But especially in Oxford, it's your academics performance or the ambitions that really interest Oxford and Cambridge admission tutors. So when it comes to writing your SOPs, that is the statement of purpose, or when it's come to letter of recommendation, so they really consider very good letter of recommendations, or how you write your statement of purpose and how you have passionately want to get into your desired course and what you have done with that particular course or the aim which you have chosen for yourself in the past. So definitely they look for all these things that really interest them. And plus 95%, maybe 85% or 90 is the score which they require, basic. Okay, and moving ahead to the next set, that is Russell Group, and these are quite famous among students, and it was formed way back in 1994. So the Russell Group is made up of 24 world-class universities which receive the majority of the research funding. So why students choose Russell Group only? Because they are research-based universities. So students get a lot of research exposure when it comes to university. So these institutes share a strong reputation for teaching and learning and attract students around the world. They are well funded, they have a high status, and they are often found at the top of the league tables. And for example, Cardiff, Edinburgh, Exeter, King's College London is quite famous among students. And then University of York, Warwick is quite famous for management courses. Bristol is almost famous for all the courses. It's quite famous among students again. And same with the University of Manchester and University of Nottingham. So naming few. Moving ahead with the other, the last part is the non-Russell Group universities, which again are popular among students. And basically, UK has every kind of universities with every kind of student. So, naming few of non-Russell Group universities like Sussex, and then Kingston, and then Lancaster University is quite famous, and Surrey, Kent University. So there are almost 102 non-Russell Group universities, or you can say the modern universities. Its UK university is, it's diverse, ranging from tiny specialized colleges to the large campuses. So they have quite impressive employer links as well. So definitely, these are the things which actually attract students to choose UK as their education destination. Moving ahead with types of bachelor degrees in UK, which really which might be interesting for. That is BA. It's quite similar to what India is offering because India educational system is high difference with the British education. BA, that BSc, BEd, B Engineering. So these are the degrees which they offer, and these all degrees come under bachelor degrees. The basic difference is that their degrees are, in UK especially, the average amount of time needed to complete a bachelor's level degree is approximately 3 years, whether it's B engineering, BEd, BSc, BA, whatever. So, but in some cases, like in Scotland, it could take 4 years. So, other than Scotland, your degree is under 3 years. But if you go to Scotland and if you choose any university from Scotland, then definitely it will take you to complete 4 years. So, here are some of the popular courses or the programs that you could take when you studying in the UK, depending what is your uh, you know uh, background is. So, student interested for accountancy and finance, and then they're quite famous for biomedical sciences courses, and then business studies quite famous in London. As I told you before, management studies are quite famous, and geology, yes, they are quite famous for their geology subjects. So have the specializations and the diversity is still there in UK. So great exposure will get when you choose these universities or these courses. So these are quite popular UK university courses, universities from for students, among students. So like Nottingham, Reading, and then University of Kent, Durham. So naming few. Okay, so moving ahead with financial benefits, if I talk about for students, well, honestly telling you, London is very expensive city in the country, and universities in the countryside have considerably, lower tuition fees. So students, those who are choosing, especially London, so definitely it's quite expensive for them. But there are a lot of good, very good universities in countryside of UK, like Cardiff or Manchester and Bristol. So they are lower. They have lower tuition fees if you consider that in London. So different courses in UK have a different, of course, so different tuition fees depending what kind of course, what kind of location you are choosing. But the best part in duration of the courses are short. UG courses are 3 years only. PGs are 1 year only. If students are going for UG, they can definitely, go for 3 years course and then work for 2 years and then choose 1 year PG degree and then again work for another 2 years. So it will be a great exposure. They can earn, they can save. So it's a big financial benefit they can get there. Plus, they have a lot of scholarships and grants and bursaries available in UK. So if I talk about the fee structure, especially courses in the field of engineering like CSE, mechanical, electronic, architect, they cost anywhere from 21,000 pounds to 32,000 pounds per year. And business management or eco is something like 14,000 pounds. And courses like journalism, psychology, mass media, communication, they cost something like from 15,000 pounds to 20,000 pounds per year. So, especially scholarships, if I talk about, which is quite, the famous questions from students, what kind of scholarships they offer, then 100% scholarships are available for Indian students. And in the UK, they are offered to international students based on their merit based, need based, and student specific or course specific. So depending what kind of need they have, if it's a merit based, if it's a need based, or if it's a course based. So besides scholarship, most universities in the UK provide concession in the tuition fee if initial deposits are submitted within a stipulated time. So, this is the additional thing which you get. So other thing is, like, if I talk about the merit-based scholarships, they are highly competitive and they require a focused, application and noteworthy statement of purpose. And and the amount of university specific you get scholarship varies depending on the student profile. They range up to from £1,000 up to £6,000. So if it's a course specific scholarship. Okay, so the requirement for scholarships are first thing, you should be an Indian citizen, and then English medium, then must have a good academic background. That's it. For example, if I give you one example of Bristol University, then Bristol University offers, international office scholarships. They offer 5 scholarships for students to pursue their UG. And each student gets a stipend of £8,500 towards tuition fee and living expenses for one academic year. So this is a great difference if you get this scholarship, it can help you to save a lot of money. So yes, we talked about UK University scholarships, and there are a lot of information. Definitely, those who are interested, they can come. They can contact our counselors, and you will get a lot more information on UK University scholarships. Next, moving ahead to work opportunities, we have students, working for part-time work options, and they can work for like 20 hours during their study time and full-time during holiday. So, in addition to this, last year only UK has announced post-study work visa, which means you shall work for like 2 years after completion of your degree. So this is the additional thing, and the plus thing. And these days, UK, United Kingdom is, it's totally in the news for a number of reasons. First is their part-time studies, and then they are offering, COVID vaccine also to the students who are going for September intake next year. So in their package, it all covers. So their health and COVID vaccine, a lot of things have been covered. So plus UK graduates are very employable in terms of they don't give you job directly, but they have a lot of internship opportunities. They will make you totally independent on how you're going to write your CVs, how you're going to write your letters, how you're going to interview. So these things are, very basics, but very essential when it comes to, when you enter into professional world. So these are the very basic things, but very important. So they will train you in all this stuff. They will make you independent in all these things, and definitely after, I'm sure after having all these skills, you definitely get a job there. So their internship programs are like 9 months long, 6 months long, in fact 12 months long. So totally depending upon you, how much time you are taking out from your studies, because the studies burden are also quite hectic. Moving ahead of cost living, that is also a very important question from students. That is, what is the cost of living there? Living expenses are around 600 pound to 700 pound per month, depending upon the location. That totally depends. If it's London, it's much higher. If it's countryside, it's lower. But so if I tell you the budget of like London, especially if you study in London, then it's around 12 to 1300 pounds per month there in London. So other cities like Oxford, Nottingham, Manchester, Liverpool, Edinburgh, Cardiff, they have lower costs. So cost of living includes your housing, your food, travel, clothes, entertainment, and personal car. So these things matters a lot because this is the additional cost when you choose international country. Plus, they have amazing student life. During your first few weeks in UK, you will find a lot of support to help you get familiar with the place. Most colleges and universities hold special sessions for international students where the staff member guides you through the campus and local areas. Plus, they have gatherings like Diwali during Diwali, Holi, and there are a number of occasions, Indian festivals. They definitely have get-togethers. They do workshops. Then they have individual student groups where you can participate. And so this is the student life there. Career opportunities already talked about. That they have, the projects, internship programs. They have dedicated career fairs. Skill programs are there, and plus they monitor you. They mentor you that how you will give the interviews, how will you write your letters, how will you write resumes, everything it is. Okay, the most important part, entry requirements. Okay, so if I talk about the entry requirements, the high ranked universities like Oxbridge universities, especially Oxbridge universities, so, they ask for 85% or above. Minimum is 85, but again, it depends upon the course you are choosing. It might get into 90 or 95 also. But depending upon the academics, how much you are getting in your 12th class, the counselors, shortlist students, shortlist universities. So whether it's high rank, middle rank, few universities. So totally depend upon your academics. So middle rank, 60 to 80, between 60 to 80, depending again upon your course. And then very few universities accept 50 to 55, very few. So plus, apart from your academic score, there are other things which is required. That is your IELTS. And band should be between 6 to 6.5 and no band less than 5.5. This is the very important part. Plus, especially, I don't know if it's there. So, UCAS is the system, Universities and College Admission Service, and this is especially for undergraduates. And they have a very specific procedure when it comes to application, and it is called UCAS only. It is centralized service basically, so that the students used to apply to university. Student can apply to 5 universities through one UCAS application. So this is our UCAS, UK application 13. This is our buzzword which we use while we apply to UK. So undergraduate students have to apply through UCAS, and they can only apply 5 universities. But universities cannot see what other universities you have applied for. So until you accept or reply to the offers. So this is the basic thing when it comes to the UG education. And intakes. Yes, January and September. Largely, universities are known for their September intake, but January intake is also there. And there are very few universities, almost 30 to 35 universities, which have intakes in March, April, June, and November. And largely, students choose for September intake or January. Documents required, like, am I too fast, or do we have any questions in between, or should I just proceed?
Bhavna, I suppose you are absolutely fine. I think they can, I mean, clear out their queries after you complete your session. Otherwise, you are at a right pace.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you. So, if I talk about document requirements, then your basic, 10th, 12th grade sheets, and then personal statement, which consists of why you want to choose that course or that particular university. And this shall talk about your past experiences and your dreams and your goals and where you want to be in the future. So they are very particular about their personal statement. You should be very perfect in that matter. Letter of references. So I would like to suggest you here that please get it, to have a good terms with your teachers and principals, because these are the people from where you get this letter of references. So this is the get into good books. So you have time if you're interested for UK. So because the letter of reference is very important part if I talk about the document requirements. Then, of course, your extracurriculum activities and your involvements, like have you ever participated in NGO activities or, things like that before, plus, certificate of English proficiency, that's as exam, and your passport. Okay, so this is all about UK and UK higher education, when you can apply, how you can apply, and now I would like to talk about our services, what we can offer you. As I told you before, our services are completely free. We assist student, we guide student totally in free of cost. Our application supports are totally free. We shortlist, if any student comes to us and interested for UK, so definitely we help student to shortlist universities depending upon their academic background, interest, and the financial status and how much they want to spend. So depending, we shortlist universities, and then and these services are totally free. If you come to the premium service, like premium services are paid services. These are if students are finding really hard to write personal statement or letter of recommendation, that how they get. So here we help students, and it's a paid service. If we come to the Oxford service, so we have a specialized person for this part, for Oxford service, and that person takes care of everything, starting from writing your personal statement until the end. So this is again the paid service, and then student visa service. It's not a paid service, but visas or high commission do charge. They have their own fees. So this you have to pay to directly to the UK High Commission, not to us. So that's it. This is all about our services and free application support. As I told you, application starting from, we will be telling you about the deadlines, the document checklist, how you're going to, in fact, we suggest you to how you're going to edit your personal statement and an application process. This is the process basically. We give you free consultation, we choose universities, we create your application in UCAS. We can check, we have our IELTS coaching classes also. But if you don't want to take, that's fine. But we do check your English levels. And then we help you to manage your application processes, that how many universities you have applied, how, and we can able to meet you to the particular university reps also. So this can help you to explore more about particular universities, while studying in India. Plus how you can secure your visas, and we can also help you to arrange your accommodation. And especially in Delhi, we locate at Connaught Place, and this is our contact details. So please save it. And that's it. I'm done for today. So if we have any questions, I'm good to.
Wonderful, Bhavna. This was a real feel-good factor, I would say. I mean, you took us to the virtual tour, to the academic side of UK, and I believe our ambitious students, they can actually have a feel of it, and they can think of concretizing their dreams, beyond the horizons, I should say. So this was wonderful. And yes, we have some students here who have some questions. Can we take it up, Bhavna?
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
Okay, let's take up the student Gauri Lekhi from 11th F. Gauri, you can unmute yourself. And
So, ma'am, if I want to,
Bhavna, can you stop sharing your presentation? If I mean,
Sure.
yeah, thank you so much, Bhavna. Gauri, can you also switch on your camera?
yes, ma'am, I have already.
Okay.
So,
Yes,
ma'am,
Gauri,
if
you
I
can.
want to pursue my post-graduation in UK, how many years of education are required in accordance with the Indian system of education?
All right. So, if you're interested to study postgrads in UK, so definitely basic your 12th and plus your 3 years of of undergrads. This is the requirement. So 5 years basically. This is the basic requirement, and postgrad is for 1 year. So plus your academic scores matters a lot, and your IELTS scores. Yeah. This is the thing.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Uh,
Thank you for answering.
okay. Now we have next we have Bhavna Arushi Jory from class 11F. She has some question to ask you. So
Sure.
Arushi, can we have you here?
Yes, ma'am.
Ha, beta, please. Can you switch on the camera also, Arushi, if it's possible for you?
No, ma'am, it's not
That's okay.
possible
You
now.
come up. Come up with your question now.
Yeah, ma'am, I would like to ask for ma'am that are we allowed to have a work permit while having a student visa in UK?
Absolutely. So part-time work. I told you that UK has announced last year only that you're allowed to work for 20 hours part-time, and after the completion of your 3 years degree, you can work for 2 years. So yes, this is the biggest opportunity when it comes to UK as your educational destination. You can work for another 2 years. You can stay in UK for like total 5 years. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we have some more questions coming up, Bhavna. We have Mishti Sharma from 11th F. If we can have her here. Mishti, would you like to put in your question
Good
here?
morning.
Good morning, Mishti.
Mishti,
Ma'am, my question is,
beta, can you also switch on your camera, Mishti, if it's possible?
ma'am, my question was that what is the major difference between the education of UK and India?
Okay, so see, India educational system is highly influenced with British or the UK educational system, and if I talk about the degrees, so India has to post in terms of postgraduates, they have 2 years in India, but UK has 1 year degree. And if I talk about the engineering courses, UK has like 3 years degree of engineering, India has 4 years of engineering. But except Scotland, Scotland still have 4 years of engineering. So this is the basic difference between UK and Indian education in terms of number of years of study. Plus, if I talk about the quality teaching, yes, research is the biggest thing, when it comes to education, and you will get a lot more experience if you compare to India than in UK, because the infrastructure in terms of research is quite higher, and the faculties over there, they are highly qualified, and plus they are researching there since long. So yeah, exposure is a big difference. Yeah.
Okay. Bhavna, we have some more questions in line, but before we take up, we have our school in charge, Latika ma'am there. So, Latika ma'am, would you like to say something?
Yeah, hi, Renu. Thank you. Thank you for the session which we had. I generally wanted to know, I know that we aimed at the undergraduate course. Just
Mhm.
one clarification I wanted for a postgraduate degree. Do they
Mhm.
still need the +4 thing in UK? You need to have 4 years of education before you apply, or is 3 years okay?
No, no, not. It's really not required to have +4 years of education. There are students who, completed their graduation and then next year only they're applying for, post-grad degree. So +3 is totally acceptable. There are very
Okay.
few universities which require +4, but largely at good universities, if I talk about Bristol or maybe Warwick or these universities, they need +3 years.
And do you need your 11th grade result also to be attached, or it's totally 10th and 12th?
Okay, so if results are not out and so they don't ask you for 11th class mark sheets, but definitely they ask for the expected mark sheet from like pre-boards or something like this.
Okay, okay, so it is beneficial that you had a good store. That definitely helps everywhere, all around.
Absolutely, absolutely. Pre-boards are important.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Radhika ma'am.
Okay, Bhavna will continue with some more questions. We have Jasmine Kaur from 11th E. Jasmine, if you can switch on your camera and ask your question, please.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Jasmine.
Ma'am, I'm a student of legal studies, and further, I go into law. I am planning for law, and in law, further, I want to do international law. So, can you please tell me the universities and colleges? And basically, I need a degree or a diploma, and I'm very confused in it. So, can you please tell me the whole procedure if I want to do it from UK only?
Okay. So, yeah, absolutely. There are many universities in UK. So, the first university is Leeds, and then you have Solent University, Queen Mary University of London, University of Edinburgh. Edinburgh Law School is quite famous for international law. And then University of, the College London, then University of Manchester. I mean, there are a lot of universities, if I mean, and the popular ones are the London School of Economics and Political Science. So these are universities totally depending upon how much you are getting in your 12th class and your what is your English score. So if you want to have a good university, definitely you need to score 85 plus something. And plus there are universities which require entrance exam also. So this is the basic requirement.
So, Jasmine, I suppose your question has been answered, Beta.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
good enough.
Thank you. Thank you for joining.
Next, we have Bhavna. We have Arushi Johri once again. Arushi, you want to put up a question? 11th F.
No, ma'am.
Okay, you raised a hand. Jia Virmani, 11th E. You needed to ask something?
Yes, ma'am. Good
Yes,
morning.
Beta. Yes.
Good morning, Jia.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask, is it worth applying if we want to join maybe more than one course?
I didn't get you. Uh,
I wanted to ask, is it worth applying if we want to join more than one course?
More than one course, as in
Bhavna, I think she wants to ask if it is possible, if they are, I mean, can they apply for more than, I mean, multi courses, like maybe one or more than one subject?
okay, okay. So definitely, see, UCAS is a system which I told you, and there you have different applications for different universities, but you can only apply for one course. But apart from UCAS, there are universities which I mean, they don't consider, or maybe they can consider out of UCAS application. So there you can apply for other than your considered course. So, but I suggest you to have one particular career or one particular course in your mind if you were, especially applying for UK. Other than that, if you need, more information about this, definitely get in touch with our counselor. They will give you the more information about this.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Bhavna, this brings to my mind, suppose a student has applied for a graduate course after
Mm-hmm.
12, and that student simultaneously wants to pursue some kind of a diploma, which is not a regular subject. Maybe just like the way we do correspondence subjects over here. So this
Mhm.
person is doing his or her graduate's course. Along with that, she wants to join some diploma course somewhere, maybe in correspondence to something. That is
Mhm.
also possible, something like that.
Absolutely, it is possible, but but it is not suggested because students
Okay,
get time. I mean,
I got it.
3 year studies, definitely student will not get any time to study any other course or maybe diploma or any other correspondence course.
And I believe many a time students are, most of the time students are part-time working also.
Yes, exactly.
So
They
that
definitely
also, I believe, exhausts them completely. So I
exactly.
believe, yeah. So next we have Kashish Dheer from 11th E. She wants to put up a question.
Sure.
Kashish, switch on your
Yes,
camera,
ma'am.
beta. Yes.
Good morning, ma'am. I just wanted to ask that what is the system of getting permanent residency in UK for a student?
All right. This is quite famous question.
Students are concerned about it.
PR of UK. So basically, it's very difficult to have PR, but there is always a way. When there is a will, there is a way. So what usually students do is, they go for undergraduate degree for 3 years, and then now they have 2 years post-study work visa. So they work for another 2 years. They earn money, they save money. Then for their postgrads, then they study for postgrads 1 year. Then and again they get post-study work visa for 2 years. So if you're living in UK for straight 7 or 8 years, then you have the chances to get PR.
So,
So we
Bhavna, I could,
usually
yeah, I was just about to say this permanent residency thing is the most sensitive area for students.
yes,
I think this is one area where that keeps them a little apprehensive about admissions in UK. Otherwise,
absolutely.
obviously, UK is I would say, a dream destination for all students. And this PR thing, something creates a doubtful glitch in their mind because it's a hard-earned thing over there. Don't I mean? Do you think
Yeah.
so?
But I would like to say, study in UK is always, in good books. Why?
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
their degrees are totally accredited around the world. If you don't get PR in UK, so definitely if you go and work anywhere around the world, maybe Canada, maybe US, anywhere, definitely you will get there.
Hmm.
UK, because UK
Okay.
has specific things, but uh, their education system is so strong around the world that you get job very easily. You get PR ship very easily around the world. So I mean UK especially, you have to be there for like 7 or 8 years. So
Yeah, 7 or 8 hard years. I mean, they have to wait for all those years. The only thing, the policy which, our Indian students want a bit of a flexibility there is a PR part. That's it. Otherwise, it's a target destination, as I said, for all our students, isn't it?
yes, absolutely, absolutely.
I think, Gia, you still raised your hand. Do you want to ask something more?
No, no, ma'am. I'm
Okay,
sorry. I
that's okay.
forgot
That's
to
okay.
lower it
That's
down.
okay, beta. Do we have any more questions here? I don't think so. So, Bhavna, I would like Bhavna, one of our student here. She would, I mean, your session was very very enlightening. I must say, very productive, and I loved the systematic progression in which you carried all the whole thing. And it was very very. The pace was pretty good, and I think I was actually loving it. I wish I was a student of 11th or 12th at this moment of time. But then one of our student is going to, speak about what she got from here, some takeaway points if she can tell us. So Bhavna,
All
let's give her a hearing. Gauri Lekhi from 11th F would like to say something.
Yes, ma'am. Firstly, I would like to address that our minds were totally cluttered before this session, but your untainted guidance has helped us realize that it's not so difficult to fulfill our dreams after all. I feel like we all have already opened the doors of our future, and under your guidance, we'll be able to take one step ahead to the threshold of our success. Thank you very much for enlightening us with your guiding words. Now, I would like to summarize your words into my takeaway pointers. First one being benefits of studying in UK, which range from academic prospects to lifestyle. The types of university, which consisted of Oxbridge and information about Russell Brooks. Types of bachelor degrees and financial benefits and scholarships. Work opportunities and part-time work options. Cost of living and student life. UCS application, document requirements. Now, ending my part, I would like to thank you again for joining in. Thank you so much.
This is so lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Well,
much.
wonderful, Gauri. Bhavna, you can see, your session has really, I would say, cleared out so many cluttered doubts or the clouds of ignorance from our students. So you can see it is very, very enlightening. We need more such sessions, Bhavna, with your SI UK program, I believe.
Absolutely. We are
So
ready
we might be, our school might be calling you again. Our students will be reaching you personally. You've given your addresses and also, I think we'll be knocking your doors even more frequently.
You're welcome to do that. Thank you so much. Thank you. It was lovely feeling to being here and to present work, presentation to all the students of DLDAV. Thank you so much.
We are ourselves honored, Bhavna. Thank you so much, Bhavna. Thank you so much, Rajni ma'am, for your
Thank you.
presence. Thank you so much for your efforts and giving your precious time to all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.